Hey everyone, welcome back. In this Playwright tutorial, I'm going to briefly discuss a bit more about the Playwright device config and where you can get the device config details. So we have covered a lot more detail in the previous videos about Playwright config. Now I'll cover a lot more detail as and when we go in a particular section for this Playwright config, but as of now, for multiple browser and viewport extensions or viewport executions, we have covered details in the previous one. But say for example, how do you get to know that you have to put this Pixel 5 device or the name as iPhone 12, etc. You can say you can put something like that as well. Will it execute, or what is the right format to put in the device here, right? Name you can specify, name you can put whatever name you want to, but then in terms of the device, exact device, it needs to match certain configuration that is defined within Playwright. Okay, so let's say you are configuring the project for multiple browser, and Playwright config you have to see what all device list is available. So you can go in the documentation here. First way is basically go to the registry of device parameter. This is here on the documentation. If I click on this particular link, it will go and open the particular JSON file, which is device descriptor source code file. And if you scroll down here, you will see all of the device names are listed here, right? So BlackBerry Playbook, the landscape version of it. So you can then just simply go ahead and refer to this particular list and use the devices that are defined there. Okay, so for example, I want to execute my test cases on Galaxy S3 in the viewport, right? I mean, it's not the mobile support, it's just the viewport support for a particular mobile device, which will have a particular viewport which is defined for that particular Galaxy S3. Whatever viewport that particular mobile device supports, that is well defined here in the configuration, and when your Playwright test executes, it will pick up that particular configuration once you define this particular device. Okay, the other way is basically, if you go at the top of this configuration file, what exactly we are doing, we have just the constant devices here, right? And here you will see we have the defined config and devices, and we are just exporting whatever configuration we are doing here, right? So this configuration can be used across other modules, right? So we are just exporting this module.export, and I'll cover all of this in the detailed JavaScript course because this is more of a JavaScript concept, so I'll cover it separately. But whatever JavaScript fundamentals and the configuration is required, even if you do not follow the JavaScript tutorials, you just follow the videos along, you should be able to follow. Okay, so we have this device config here, and then here we have the devices, right? So you will see the devices, the pre-configured devices already there in the file. So you can also simply say press the control, okay, or command on the Mac, and simply click on the devices. It will open the file, right? It will open type.ts file, and this is the file where the devices are defined as well. Okay, so if I again click on control and click on devices, it will bring me down here wherein all the devices are being configured. Okay, so this is from one of the TypeScript file within Playwright where all of these names are available as well. And depending on whatever name or whatever requirement you have, you can go ahead and configure those accordingly. Okay, so for example, let's go ahead and let me configure another one here. So we have lots of devices here, LG, let's say LG Optimus. Okay, and this list can increase or decrease depending on the support they provide, right? So you just have to refer to the official documentation where they'll have the reference of the registry of device parameters. That's the best way. Or you can also explore a little deeper in the code base and you will get the devices there. Okay, now this is the mobile device, so I'll say test against mobile viewport, and if I have to test for a new viewport, I can add a configuration there. So just double curly braces, and then I can specify the name tag there and specify the name of the device that I'm testing. So I'll simply paste the same name, or you can put any name there. Okay, so I'll say landscape version. I'll just add version there. Okay, landscape version or something like that, and then comma separated, I'll say use, and in the curly braces devices, and then provide the device name. the name that I have copied from the list here, okay, from the list or from the particular documentation from this particular file. Okay, so you can just see these are the tags at the top. These are the names of the device that I can use. So if I try to find that particular device in this particular file, you will see LG Optimus. This is the name that I'm using. Okay, so I'll go ahead and save this now. So comma separate, and then after this object as well, I'll go ahead and separate with the comma and save it. And now if I go ahead and execute the test, right now, before I execute, what I'll do is I will also open the configuration file and briefly show you. Don't get confused, but just want to show you the thread configuration. So basically the workers, right? So if you'll see, the workers are part of the parallel execution. I'll be covering that in a lot more detail, but as of now the workers are undefined, so that's why it's picking only 2 workers, which is the default worker, which is default threaded. So I can configure and say, okay, 8 workers for local. For the CI, for CI CD, it will default to 1, but then for local execution, I'm just saying 8. Okay, so now if I go ahead and execute, you will see that instead of 2 workers, it will launch 8 workers when I execute. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just run that particular test, npx playwright test, and the file name, and I'm saying headed, run in the headed mode, not the headless mode. So browser will get launched and you will see the execution happening. So if I'll go ahead and execute, this time it should pick the new device that we have configured, the new viewport of the mobile, and you will see that now it is running 8 tests using 8 workers. Okay, and I'll cover all of this in very detail, the parallel and serial execution, how Playwright does all of this execution very well when we do parallel execution, and it's really fast. You will see that 8 workers are independent, and independent browsers and execution has launched. So the execution is happening separately for each of the tests into a separate worker, separate instance, and you will see different viewports accordingly as per the configurations we have done. For the mobile viewports, the viewport are being resized accordingly as well. Okay, so you'll see that the execution has happened. There are 4 test cases that have failed, and the failure is just because the execution was slow and it has not been able to load the page and the test timed out. Okay, and I'll cover this timeout, how you can exceed this particular timeout, etc. as well. But as of now, this is not about the timeout and other configuration, but just to show you how we are able to configure LG Optimus. So here you will see that we have configured this LG Optimus and then run the test against it. There is an error, there is a failure, which we'll cover later. But as of now, you can see that from the configuration point of view, we can simply go ahead in the Playwright config file and configure different projects, different devices within the project, and different browser within the project. And where you will get the list is basically from the official documentation, or just going to the devices configuration in the types.d.ts file. Okay, so that's all for this particular video. I hope this was helpful. Thank you. See you in the next one.